kettle sings a solitary note. I pour the future down its eager throat. The dark roast dust of promise in the air, a ritual before the world's loud glare. I hold the cup, let warmth seep through the skin, and let the quiet morning grace begin. No words are needed, no design or plan, just being present as a simple man. The sun will climb, the demands will knock. For now I'm anchored by the steady clock. Oh, morning cup, my quiet, steadfast ground, where no lost dream and no new hope is found. Just for a moment, everything is still, a silent space before I climb the hill. This simple, bitter, necessary brew is all I need to face the day anew. I see the faces I will have to meet, the hurried footsteps on the busy street. But in this steam a temporary, a breath before I set my boat to sail upon the waters of the coming hours, and all their unpredictable powers. I take the strength from this ceramic frame to play the endless, complicated game, not as a hero, just a man who tries with clear, understanding eyes. Oh, morning cup, my quiet, steadfast ground, where no lost dream and no new hope is found. Just for a moment, everything is still, a silent space before I climb the hill. This simple, bitter, necessary brew is all I need to face the day anew. They speak of grander prayers and deeper faith, but this is mine, my quiet daily wraith. It doesn't move the mountains or the sea, it just returns the morning back to me. Oh, morning cup, this humble sacred ground, where all my scattered selves can once be found. Just for a moment, everything is still, and I've gathered up my will. This simple, bitter, cherished daily brew is all I am, and all I need to do. The cup is empty. The day begins. It begins. The steam ascends to soften and obscure the face that in the mirror's not so sure. I lay the foam on like a primer white, a blank page in the early morning light. The blade is cool against the waiting skin, a ritual where I must look within to scrape away the ghost of yesterday, the tired man I put on full display, and find the one that's waiting fresh beneath this daily small and necessary sheet. Oh, the philosophy of shaving, it's the art of being brave and looking at the truth straight on before the truth is gone. It's peeling back the layers of the night until the face you show is clean and bright. A steady hand, a short and practiced stroke to cut the doubt and all the careless spoke. The tiny nicks are lessons in the grain, a reminder of the lingering small pain that comes with any kind of honest touch when you are asking maybe for too much. And with each pass a little more is clear, the architecture of a different year. The lines left by the laughter and the strife are simply part of this a shaven life. Oh, the philosophy of shaving, it's the art of being brave and looking at the truth straight on before the truth is gone. It's peeling back the layers of the night until the face you show is clean and bright. This is the contract that I have to keep, with the reflection rising from the deep. I cannot hide behind a borrowed beard. The man I am is what must be appeared. It's vulnerability drawn sharp and clean, the most authentic moment, routine. It's the practice of being brave and looking at my truth straight on. Now that the night is gone, I've peeled back all the layers of the night, and the face I'll show today is clean and bright and true. The water runs clear, clear, The engine hums a low and steady drone. The windshield wipers keep a rhythm of their own. The world outside is just a blur of gray. I'm in my capsule, speeding far away. Steering wheels are my microphone I grip. Let a stranger's melody just rip. It's not the tune, it's not the words I know, it's all the feeling that I let just go. A ragged harmony, a shouting at the past, a promise that this moment's meant to last. Oh, this is my solo in the car, a private concert for a single star, where every red light is a welcome rest, to pour the ache out from my burning chest. I'm a rock star of the rain-slicked avenue, singing all the parts I never do for you. I see the faces in the passing glass, all driving hard to let their own hours pass. I wonder if they're singing just like me, fighting for a moment to be free from the quiet man they have to be at work, from every piece of buried silent hurt. We are a chorus on this asphalt stage, a million stories trapped in our own cage. For 3 minutes with the volume high, we are unbroken underneath this sky. Oh, this is my solo in the car, a private concert for a single star, where every red light is a welcome rest, to pour the ache out from my burning chest. I'm a rock star of the rain-slicked avenue, singing all the parts I never do for you. When the final chord fades from the dash, there's just the echo and the windshield splash. The quiet settles different than before. I've left some weight outside the driver's door. The silence isn't empty anymore, it's clean. Oh, that was my solo in the car, my private concert for a single star. The red light's green, I'm moving on anew. The ache is spent, the melody is through. I was a rock star of the rain-slicked avenue. I sang the part I needed to for me, for me. Just me. The engine hums onward.
The glow is cool against the morning dark. I trace the words that leave no dying spark. A simple hope you're doing okay sits there, a fragile burden of unspoken care. My thumb just hovers over the send, a silent message to a silent friend. To bridge the distance feels a reckless task, behind a simple ordinary ask. is everything I'm never gonna say that would unravel our polite display. Oh, the unsent text, a digital ghost, the line I almost crossed that matters most, a monument to caution and to fear, the truest words I'll never let you hear. It holds the weight of everything I feel, a wound I'll never give the chance to heal. I add a laughing emoji, then erase. It makes a mockery of this somber space. I type your name, then watch the letters fall, a quiet, personal, and pointless call into the void where your reply won't be the version of you that exists just for me. And maybe you have one for me somewhere, a draft of a confession or a dare, a question that you couldn't quite allow, beneath the same star-illumined cloud. Oh, the unsent text, a digital ghost, the line I almost crossed that matters most, a monument to caution and to fear, the truest words I'll never let you hear. It holds the weight of everything I feel, a wound I'll never give the chance to heal. This is the modern ache, the silent scream, played out on a tiny bright lit screen, a testament to all we leave unsaid, to keep the peaceful voices in our head. It's not for lack of courage, maybe love. It's knowing when a shove is not a shove. Oh, the unsent text, I let you rest in peace. This digital ghost I finally release, a monument to what I chose to spare, the other heart for which I learned to care. It holds the weight of a love deep and true, that lived its fullest life in staying new. And unsent, unsent, the screen goes dark, the moment passed, it passed. The streetlights cast their orange, lonely glow on empty sidewalks where the shadows grow. My breath becomes a cloud, my feet a drum, a steady rhythm for the night to hum. I leave the tangled thoughts back at the door and ask my body now to settle the score. The burn inside the muscle is a prayer, a focus sharp and solitary care. Each footfall is a punctuation mark on the dark paragraph of the after dark. Oh, the night runner's pulse, a primal beating sound, chasing the demons to the edge of town. The city sleeps, but I am wide awake. With every stride a new decision made to outrun the static in my head, until there's nothing left but this instead. I pass the houses with their curtained eyes, beneath the vast and unimpressionable skies. My heart hammers against its bony cage, a wild thing on a self-created stage. There is no destination, just the pace, the sweat that writes its truths upon my face. And in the rhythm there's a hollowed space, where fear and doubt cannot maintain their chase. They tire first and fall behind the beat, leaving the rhythm of my own 2 feet. Oh, the night runner's pulse, a primal beating sound, chasing the demons to the edge of town. The city sleeps, but I am wide awake. With every stride a new decision made to outrun the static in my head, until there's nothing left but this instead. This is not fitness, this is exorcism, a solitary moving mechanism to sweat the poisons of the day right out, to turn the inner chaos to a root, a map of streets my body understands. I'm reclaiming this, my blood, my lands. Oh, the night runner's pulse, my own true beating sound. I've chased the demons to the edge of town. The city sleeps and I am finally clear. The only thing I have to face is here. I've outrun all the static in my head, found a truer rhythm. This instead, this instead, this instead. The pulse slows down, slows down. The night is calm, workbench gleams beneath a single bow, a world of ordered parts and problems dulled, the smell of oil and old and varnished wood, a
a place where broken things are understood. I lay the pieces out, a patient chart, and listen to the story of their heart. This isn't haste, it's diagnosis slow, to learn exactly why the thing won't go, to find the sheared off pin, the worn down gear, the source of all the friction and the fear. Oh, this meditation in the repair room's light, where I make wrong things somehow back to right. It's not the object, but the quiet mind, the broken pieces of all kind I find. And with these careful hands and steady breath, I cheat a little silence out of death. I clean the grime of decades from the groove, a history of use I try to prove was worthy of this second chance I give, to help this silent, mechanical thing live. A turn of screw, a drop of glue, so small, a gentle focused answer to its call. And in the fixing, something in me too finds a connection being made anew, a thread of purpose tangible and clear, drawn through this metal, drawing out my fear. Oh, this meditation in the repair room's light, where I make wrong things somehow back to right. It's not the object, but the quiet mind, the broken pieces of all kind I find. And with these careful hands and steady breath, I cheat a little silence out of death. They say to make new things is the true test, but I find gospel in the act of rest. Oration, seeing worth in what's been cast aside, and finding where the secret damages hide. It's a quiet rebellion against the new, a testament that old things can be true again. Oh, this meditation and the final gentle click, the final turn that does the final trick. It's not the object, now it's whole and bright. It's the repairman in the fading light, with his careful hands and steady breath, has cheated a small victory from death, and fixed himself a little in the task. In the task, the light is off, the room is still, repaired. It doesn't tick, it hasn't for some years. It holds his time, his laughter and his fear. A
scuffed up glass, a worn out leather band. I hold the ghost of his still working hand. He gave it to me on my wedding day, a heavy thing he didn't know to say. It wasn't gold or anything of worth, just all the minutes of his life on earth. The early shifts, the overtime, the sweat, the silent debts he never did forget. Oh, father's wristwatch, frozen on its face. You tell a different kind of time and space. You don't mark hours, you mark a silent creed, showing up for every single need. You're not a clock, you are a solid weight, the love he could only demonstrate. I see him winding it before the light, a small click in the quiet of the night, a ritual before he'd face the dawn, and all the responsibilities drawn. For him, for us, upon his weary back, a man who always knew he stayed on track. Now it's mine, this relic of his stride, a part of him I carry by my side, a reminder of the man I'm meant to be, and all my quiet responsibility. Oh, father's wristwatch, frozen on its face. You tell a different kind of time and space. You don't mark hours, you mark a silent creed, showing up for every single need. You're not a clock, you are a solid weight, the love he could only demonstrate. Used to wish for words, for some advice, for something more than just this cold device. But now I see the wisdom in it still. It wasn't what he said, it was his will, to stand up straight, to work, to see things through. Watch just counted what he always knew. Oh, father's wristwatch, now I understand. You're not a thing, you are my father's hand. You don't mark hours, you mark a silent creed, showing up for every single need. You're not a clock, you are a solid weight, the love I now can articulate, articulate,
articulate,
in actions, not in speech,
speech.
The watch is still, training wheels are off, stacked by the wall. He grips the handlebars, looking so small. I hold a saddle, running by his side, my back already feeling the old tide of time that pulls him forward, fast and sure, while I am learning how to just endure. Don't let me go, his voice a trembling thread. I won't, I lie, the future in my head, already seeing all the times I must learn how to balance wonder and trust. Oh, teaching a boy to ride is letting go. In slow, slow motion, feeling the wind blow between your fingers and his fading need. It's planting a courageous, fragile seed and praying that the concrete is as kind as it can be to his unsteady mind. A wobble and a straightening of spine, a sudden glimpse of an unbroken line of him without me, flying down the street. The triumph and the terror, bittersweet. My hand is on his back, then on the air, holding a ghost of his weight, standing there. He doesn't see the catch within my breath, the quiet small rehearsal for his death of needing me for every single start. This is the first true breaking of my heart. Oh, teaching a boy to ride is letting go. In slow, slow motion, feeling the wind blow between your fingers and his fading need. It's planting a courageous, fragile seed and praying that the concrete is as kind as it can be to his unsteady mind. In a rush of speed, he's pedaling alone, fulfilling the creed of childhood, to conquer and to fly, with a whoop of joy that stings his father's eye. I stop my running, stand and watch him soar. My job is to be needed less and more. Oh, teaching a boy to ride was letting go. I feel the wind between us, watch him grow. Smaller down the street, a brand new man, doing the best and hardest thing I can. I pray the world is kind and I stand tall. He doesn't look back and I gave it my all. My all, my all. He's riding on his own. On his own. In the blue light of the digital clock's glow, I study a landscape only I can know. The gentle part of lips, the quiet breath, a
fortress unalarmed, defenseless against death. This is the face the world will never see. The one she doesn't know she gives to me. The day's sharp edges have all been smoothed away. There is no schedule that she must obey. Just trust embodied in a soft repose, and every secret that her stillness shows. Oh, the sleeper's face, a map of truest grace, where time itself seems to slow its pace. All the day's worries have all come undone beneath the moon and a silent waiting sun. I see the girl, the woman and the sage, all resting on this quiet, sacred stage. A strand of hair has fallen on her cheek. I fight the gentle, overwhelming urge to speak. A touch and break this perfect, fragile spell. This private heaven, this quiet, personal hell. Of loving someone so much that it aches. Of every single breath the sleeper takes. And in this stillness promises are made, not in the words that are so easily said, but in the watching, in the silent guard. A duty that is never hard. Oh, the sleeper's face, a map of truest grace, where time itself seems to slow its pace. All the day's worries have all come undone beneath the moon and a silent waiting sun. I see the girl, the woman and the sage, all resting on this quiet, sacred stage. This is the altar, this is the holy space. Beyond the touch, beyond the warm embrace. It's in the witnessing of unguarded rest that I feel chosen, humbled and so blessed to see the core of her without a name. Love the soul from which the person came. Oh, the sleeper's face, I'll carry it with me through all the noisy days that are to be. When all the world's demands are in a race, I'll close my eyes and see this resting face. I see the woman, strong and full of grace, at peace within this quiet, sacred space. Sacred space. Sacred breath is deep.
I am awake.
At peace. At peace. We don't need words to fill the empty air. Two battered boats tied to the same old pier. The fire crackles and the whiskey's low. We've watched our separate seasons come and go. He stares into the flames, I at the stars. We've memorized each other's peace and scars. A grunt, a nod is a full conversation, built on the bedrock of a long foundation of losses shared and small victories won under the same unforgiving sun. Oh, the silence between old men is not an empty space, it's a familiar den. It's worn and comfortable, a second skin, where all the truths we need to say get in, without the noise of having to explain. It's where we rest from life's persistent rain. I know the weight he carries for his son. He knows the battles I have lost and won. We don't discuss them, they are in the room, a part of the familiar shared gloom, and joy that needs no highlighting or name. It's in the way we sit, it's in the game of just existing side by side for once, beyond life's frantic, blustering bonanzas. The young men talk of futures vast and bright. We've learned to sit more comfortably in night and find the beauty in the fading light. Oh, the silence between old men is not an empty space, it's a familiar den. It's worn and comfortable, a second skin, where all the truths we need to say get in, without the noise of having to explain. It's where we rest from life's persistent rain. Music is a simple, repeating and comfortable acoustic guitar pattern. It's not flashy, but deep and resonant, like the easy rhythm of a long-standing friendship. A harmonica might weave a lazy, mellow-colored tune. We've earned this quiet, paid for it in years, in buried heartaches and in unshed tears. This is the prize for all the fights we fought.
this deep, uncomplicated, simple thought that I am not alone in my decline. His silent, solid presence mirrors mine. Oh, the silence between old men, this is the dividend, again and again. It's worn and comfortable, a second skin, the greatest friendship that we've ever been in. It needs no words, no promises, no art. It's just two old men, heart to heart. Heart to heart, heart to heart. The fire dies, the silence stays. Post is rotted, leaning with the years. It's taken all the weather, all the tears that fell unseen here in her garden plot. I bring new wood, new nails, and a new thought of how to make things sturdy once again, to stand against the wind and the hard rain. She brings me iced tea in a sweating glass and watches every hammer swing past. She doesn't say thank you, she says be careful, dear. The words I've heard for over 40 years. Oh, mending mother's fence is a quiet prayer, a son's slow, clumsy way to show I care. It's not the wood I'm fixing, not the line. It's trying to make her world seem more like mine, contained and safe and orderly and sound on this small, sacred and familiar ground. My father's tools are heavy in my hand. I try to work the way he understands. A measured blow, a level, steady eye, a silent language that will never die. He's in the grain, he's in the rusty nail, in every small attempt that cannot fail. She points to where the roses tend to stray, a simple, gentle, and a subtle way of showing me the boundaries of her heart, and trusting me to play my clumsy part. Oh, mending mother's fence is a quiet prayer, a son's slow, clumsy way to show I care. It's not the wood I'm fixing, not the line. It's trying to make her world seem more like mine, contained and safe and orderly and sound on this small, sacred and familiar ground. When the last new picket is secured, the
the alignment perfectly ensured. I'll stand back and she'll nod, and it will be another quiet debt paid silently from son to mother for the endless cost of all the times I was the one who was lost, and she was the one who mended me. Oh, mending mother's fence was my slow prayer. The only kind of prayer I know is there. It wasn't wood I fixed, it wasn't line, it was a way to say your world is mine, to make it contained and safe and sound on this small, sacred and eternal ground. Eternal ground. The fence stands straight. My work is done. For now. For now.
They're leaning on a Chevrolet, all smoke and faded grins. Their world was built on different sins and where it all begins. The photograph is sepia, the edges curled and brown. I trace the faces of the men time has forgotten now. One has his hand upon the door, ready to drive away. The other squints into the sun, anticipating day. They didn't know the futures that were waiting in the wings, the silent disappointments and the ordinary things that wear a man down to the bone, that bank the inner fire, that frozen there in confidence in their Sunday best attire. Oh, the uncles in the photograph, what secrets did you keep? What promises were shattered? What promises did you reap? I see my father in their eyes, I see the man I am. A link inside a heavy, unpretentious, rusty chain. Working with your hands until the feeling goes away, and learning how to love someone but never what to say. I hide the stories piece by piece from my old aunt's recall. The one who died in Korea, the one who lost it all. To whiskey and a woman who he couldn't understand, the one who stayed right here and who worked this unforgiving land. Their legends and their cautionary tales both wrapped up in the same, a legacy of quiet strength and bearing silent blame. And was the happiness they found the kind that doesn't show, the kind you build a life upon but never really know? Or were they just as lost as me in different older clothes, just trying to protect their fragile, unassuming rose? Oh, the uncles in the photograph, what lessons did you learn? What bridges did you purposefully, quietly let burn? I see my father in their eyes, I see the man I am. A link inside a heavy,
unpretentious rusty chain of showing up for family, for duty and for name, and hiding all the softer parts you're taught to feel ashamed. Perhaps the answer isn't in the stories or the lies, but in the set of both their jaws, the quiet in their eyes. It's in the way they face the world, with shoulders squared and true, and did the things they had to do the way men had to do, not for the glory or the praise, but just to see it through. Maybe that's the only wisdom I can take from you. Oh, uncles in the photograph, I think I'd understand. I'm just another working man doing what I can. I see my father in your eyes. I am the man I am, the latest link inside that heavy, humble rusty chain. I'll do my best to bear it, through the joy and through the pain. And maybe someone someday will look back and say my name with the same quiet wonder.
Quiet wonder.
Your name's Fate. The chain holds. It holds. It holds. The city owns in shades of concrete gray. We climb the iron bones to meet the day. Our boots ring hollow on the metal tread, a symphony of what goes unsaid. The coffee's cheap, the air is sharp and cold. We're building stories that will never be told. We don't talk much, we save our breath for work. Each man alone with his own private shirt, and pride the kind that comes from knowing how to make a stand and think from what was now. Oh, Monday morning, scaffolding our cathedral in the air, a temporary kingdom of burden and a care. We are the ghosts who shape the skyline's face and move along, leave without a trace. Our bodies ache, our hands are stained and rough, but this is how we know we're strong enough. I watch the suited men far down below, and their warm river steady, smooth and slow. They never look up, never see the art of how we mend this city's beating heart. We are the stitches in its concrete skin, the ones who let the new light pour on in. And when the noon sun bakes the steel beams hard, you learn the kind of peace that you have got is in the rhythm of the wrench and bowling, facing down your fear and your revolt. Oh, Monday morning, scaffold our cathedral in the air, a temporary kingdom of burden and of care. We are the ghosts who shape the skyline's face, then move along and leave without a trace. Our bodies ache, our hands are stained and rough, but this is how we know we're strong enough. This isn't just a job, it is a test to see what's solid in a man's own chest, to trust the guy who's on the other end and know his safety is within his hand. It's in the shared unspoken daily grace that gets you to the top and finds its place. Oh, Monday morning scaffold, I'll climb you once again. This temporary kingdom of ordinary men. We are the ghosts who shape the skyline's face and find a strange and hard-won kind of grace. Our bodies ache, our hands are stained and rough, and this is how we know we're strong enough. It is enough, enough. Shift bell ring, we climb back down to solid ground, solid ground.
The final echo of the shutting door, the dying hum of computers on the floor, a single pool of light upon my desk, a solitary self-appointed test. I straighten stacks of other people's work, the silent, willing, organizational clerk. It's not for praise, it's for the clean, sharp line, the order that I desperately call mine. And all the chaos of the day's demands, this final quiet act is where I stand. Oh, the last to leave, the keeper of the quiet hum, watching the city's nightly kingdom come. I turn the key and feel the heavy lock, a solid, small and satisfying clock that marks the end of my required part, and the slow returning of my own heart. I see the ghosts of conversations past, in empty chairs and shadows that they cast. The frantic energy has bled away, leaving the residue of the day, a faint sweet smell of coffee stale and old, a story that's been partially told. And in this silence I can finally hear the things I push away throughout the year, the quiet doubts, the unfulfilled design, all of them are momentary mine. Oh, the last to leave, the keeper of the quiet hum, watching the city's nightly kingdom come. I turn the key and feel the heavy lock, a solid, small and satisfying clock that marks the end of my required part, and the slow returning of my own heart. This is the decompression, the slow dive, back to the man I am when I'm alive. Outside the titles and the daily grind, stripping the office from my tired mind. It's not a loneliness, it's a release, a claiming of a momentary peace. Oh, the last to leave, I wear the title well, the keeper of my own private quiet hell and heaven. I turn the key, a final gentle knock, the most important part of my day's clock. It marks the end of what I have to be and the beginning of just me. Just me, in the parking lot, alone and whole. And whole. Striped post spins, a relic from the past. I take my seat, a ritual made to last. The cape is tied, a crisp and paper sheet, the scent of talc and tonic, sharp and sweet. His hands are steady, sure upon the shears. He's been attending to men's hopes and fears for 50 years. He doesn't ask me what I want, he knows. He follows just the shape my father chose, and is before him a familiar line, a legacy that's trusted to his design. Oh, in the barber's chair the world slows down. The weight of all the worries in this town is gently snipped away and falls to floor. And for a while I do not need to be the man the world expects the world to see. I'm just a son who's walked through this same door 100 times before. He speaks of weather, politics and sports, the safe and shallow, well-reported thoughts. But in the mirror, our eyes sometimes meet, a deeper, quieter, and more complete. Understanding passes man to man about the parts that don't fit in the plan. The buzz of clippers is a meditation, a temporary sought for isolation in someone else's capable old hands, who understands a man's unspoken demands. Oh, in the barber's chair the world slows down. The weight of all the worries in this town is gently snipped away and falls to floor. And for a while I do not need to be the man the world expects the world to see. I'm just a son who's walked through this same door 100 times before. Doesn't try to change me, just refine to honor an original design.
There is no talk of trends or what is new, just what is honest, simple, tried and true. A lesson in acceptance in this space, to work with what you have and with good grace. Oh, in the barber's chair I find my ground, where all the complicated thoughts are drowned out by the hum and fall down to the floor. And when he spins me round I am restored, not as the man the world expects to see, but as the man I'm simply meant to be. Meant to be, meant to be. The cape's untied, I pay the man, and go and go.
The suit feels strange, a costume for the day. We line in rows, not knowing what to say. The air is thick with perfume and with loss. We count the quiet, overwhelming cost of a life now measured in the past. Die already, irrevocably cast. I see his son, his shoulders squared and tight, trying so hard to do the grieving right, to be the man, the rock, the solid one. Now that his guiding steady sun is gone. Oh, the send-off, this ritual of the goodbye, where grown men learn the proper way to cry. With just a tremor in a lower jaw, a firm handshake that says it all and more. We offer words like peace and rest at last, while staring at the future vast and mass, without him in it. The stories told are polished, smooth and kind, the sharper, rougher edges left behind. We laugh a little through the stinging tears, collecting up the fragments of the years. He was a friend, a father, and a pain. We won't see his imperfect like again. And in the silence as the last prayer's read, I hear the million things when left unsaid, not out of malice but from being men. We'll never have the chance to say again. Oh, the send-off, this ritual of the goodbye, where grown men learn the proper way to cry. With just a tremor in a lower jaw, a firm handshake that says it all and more. We offer words like peace and rest at last, while staring at the future vast and massed, without him in it. This is not weakness, this is learning how to bear the weight
of the eternal now that follows death, to stand and feel the blow and not collapse, but to continue though the landscape of your life is rearranged and everything you knew feels preordained to end this way, to be the one who stays and navigates the coming empty days. Oh, the send-off, I have played my part. This heavy formal mending of the heart, a tremor in my jaw, a handshake's grace. I'll see the hollowed missing from his place. We said the words, his peace, and rest at last. And I'll walk out into the future vast and carry him within it. Within it. The car door shuts. The day is done. We drive on. We drive on. I scrub my hands until the skin is raw, and gaze upon you through the glass and law of sterile light and beeps that chart the fight. My sun's so small, bathed in unnatural light. A universal wire is a tiny hand, the smallest boy in all this breathing land. I'm not allowed to hold you, just to stare and learn the architecture of a prayer that's not for wealth or wisdom, but for breath. A simple, crushing victory over death. Outside the NICU, I'm learning how to be not just a man, but a father desperately. I trade my strength, my years, my everything to hear your tiny, healthy, angry cry. I'm made of glass and hope and terrified, a giant helpless standing guard and praying by. Your mother sleeps exhausted by the birth. I feel the weight of all we're given worth upon this planet, in this fragile hour. Love that holds a terrifying power to break a man wide open to the bone and build him up again for you alone. I count the grams you gain, I watch the screen. The most important numbers ever seen. A silent vigil willing you to grow with all the love a scared man can bestow. Oh, outside the NICU, I'm learning how to be not just a man, but a father desperately. I trade my strength, my years, my everything to hear your tiny, healthy, angry cry. I'm made of glass and hope and terrified, a giant helpless standing guard and praying by. Oh, talk of courage, strength, and being brave, but none of that is what I need to save. You is something softer yet more vast, a willingness to have my heart recast in a new, more vulnerable design, where your small life is endlessly entwined with mine. I am unmade, I am brand new, just standing here and wholly loving you. Oh, outside the NICU, I am being made a father in the light that you have laid. Upon my soul I'd give my everything. I already can hear your future cry. I'm made of glass and hope and terrified, and a love so vast it cannot be denied. Denied, denied. It sits beside the bed, a plastic stone, a silent judge on the telephone, between the ordinary and the dread. The family man asleep inside his bed, and the one who runs towards the burning night, when that trawling scream cuts through, sharp and bright. The world contracts into that single tone. The switch is flipped, the calm is overthrown. A prayer, it's not a friend's address, I know. Them pull the boots on, ready now to go. A chain around my heart, it's the sound that tears my normal life apart and puts it back together, different when I'm through. For someone else's nightmare, something I must do, not for the glory or the thrill. It's just a simple fact, a part of me that's want to act to have another's back. I kiss my wife, her sleepy, worried face, and plunge into the cold towards the place where orange flickers on the horizon's rim. A siren song, a desperate, hopeful hymn. We don our gear, a second, heavier skin, a brotherhood of strangers diving in. The truck becomes a capsule loud and fast. The past and future don't exist, just this task, this moment, and the man next to your seat, and the shared unspoken terrifying beat. Oh, the volunteers beeper, a chain around my heart. It's the sound that tears my normal life apart and puts it back together, different when I'm through. For someone else's nightmare, something I must do, not for the glory or the thrill. It's just a simple fact, a part of me that's want to act to have another's back. You see the best and worst of folks this way. their treasured lives all carted out on full display. You hold a stranger's hand, you meet their eyes, and see the sheer unvarnished raw surprise of being alive or losing everything. It's this profound and humbling sacred thing. Volunteers beeper, I answer when it calls. It's a chain around my heart, but it's a thing that stops the walls from closing in on just my own small selfish world. It's a tether to a truth that must be unfurled, not for the glory, but because it's right to stand with people in their darkest night. Darkest night. Silent for now, for now. Carried it for years, the solid weight of being fine, of sealing my own fate, with a firm handshake and a steady gaze through all the complicated, weary days. But now my shoulders ache down to the bone, the armor's cracked and I am just alone with the exhaustion. It's not the physical, the tired back, it's all the things I feel I somehow lack. The miles on the soul, the silent cost of battles fought and other battles lost. Oh, admitting the tiredness, a surrender and a start, letting the fortress crumble around my heart. I'm laying down the tools, I'm dropping the disguise, I'm looking at the world with weary, honest eyes. It doesn't mean I'm broken, doesn't mean I'm less, it just means I am human, and I need a moment's rest. I see the younger men with fire bright, and I remember that relentless light that drove me once, that never let me be. Now I just long for quiet dignity, a different kind of strength, a softer pace, a little bit of uncontested space. To not have to be strong for everyone, to just be done for once, just to be done with all the proving and the holding fast. Let this particular tiredness be the last. Oh, admitting the tiredness, a surrender and a start, letting the fortress crumble around my heart. I'm laying down the tools, I'm dropping the disguise, I'm looking at the world with weary, honest eyes. It doesn't mean I'm broken, doesn't mean I'm less, it just means I am human, and I need a moment's rest. Admission, there's a strange new power, the courage not to fill the silent hour with noise or motion, just to let it be. to finally let myself be free from my own expectations, sharp and deep. This is the peace I promised I would keep and broke for years. Oh, admitting the tiredness, this is my release, my declaration of a fragile human peace. I've laid down all the tools, I've dropped the old disguise. I see the world with clear and weary, grateful eyes. It doesn't mean I'm broken, it means I'm truly blessed to finally grant my soul the moment's rest it had requested. The rest begin. No more disguise, just peace, just peace. If I could reach back through the dusty glass of all the years and all the days that pass, I'd find your hand so certain and so tight, clenched in the darkness of a restless night. I'd smooth your palm and loosen up your grip, and from my older, weathered heart I'd sip a little kindness for your frantic soul. I'd tell you that the pieces make a whole in ways you cannot possibly yet see. And all a man you're so afraid to be is already there, just waiting in the wings to face the beautiful, imperfect things. Oh, letter to a younger hand I'd write in shades of gray. The storms you're so afraid of will all blow away, not without damage, not without the rain. But you will learn to stand in it again. The heart you think is broken, time will gently mend. It wasn't the ending, my impatient friend. It was the way you had to learn to bend. I tell you not to waste so many years hiding your quietness behind the fears of not being loud or funny or enough. That all that polished, confident-like stuff is just a costume. Your true steady strength is in the quiet, observing it at length. And all the love you let slip through your grasp was just a lesson, a necessary lapse to teach you how to hold the next one right with open palms and less with all your might. Oh, letter to a younger hand, I'd write with softer ink. The bridges that you burn, you'll barely stop to think about. In 20 years they had to fall to make a space for what was meant for you after all. The heart you think is broken, time will gently use to make a wider, deeper, richer muse for all the joy you're later meant to choose. Wouldn't change a single sharp-edged stone upon the path that brought me to my own strange, quiet home. The falls and the mistakes were just the currency my freedom takes. So I forgive your anger and your pride, desperate, hungry, lonely, intertide. You were just building me with sweat and fear, and I am glad, so glad I wound up here. Oh, letter to a younger hand, I send this back in time. Your messy, aching, glorious life is mine. The heart you thought was broken learned to beat a stronger, more compassionate and steady rhythm, sweet. It wasn't the ending, it was where you had to start. And you did good, my boy, you did good, with all your heart. Your heart, it led you well, it led you here to me, to me. To me. Didn't come in soft or in a storm. It was a quiet, slowly building form. The pressure in the chest, behind the eyes, the dam that I was taught to demonize. For years I'd swallow it, a bitter stone, face the world with a heart turned to bone. But grief and joy, they need a place to go. They don't respect the walls we build, and so they find a weakness, just a single crack, and ask for their humanity back. Oh, learning to cry, a clumsy foreign art, unclenching a lifelong disciplined heart. The first tear fell, not for a loss or pain, but for the years of standing in the rain and calling it just weather, calling it fine, while something tender in me declined. It was a scene in some forgetful show, a father telling his young son, you know, it's okay to be scared, And in that phrase I felt the lock on my own childhood days crack open wide, and all the unshed tears for all the unacknowledged childish fears. They didn't flood, they just began to seep, a slow and steady, sacred, tenderly washing the dust from feelings long since dried, from all the love I'd ever held inside. Oh, learning to cry, a clumsy foreign art, unclenching a lifelong disciplined heart. The first tear fell not for a loss or pain, but for the years of standing in the rain and calling it just weather, calling it fine, while something tender in me declined. This isn't weakness, this is letting breath into a room that was as still as death. It's taking all the armor, piece by piece, finding that the war for now has ceased. It's meeting the young boy I left behind, and finally being generous and kind. Oh, learning to cry, I'm finally breathing free. This river of feeling is a part of me. It wasn't for a loss or for a pain, it was for life, the sunshine and the rain. I won't call it just weather, I'll call it mine. This tender human flowing sacred side, sacred side, sacred side. I am soft and I am strong. I am whole. I am whole. There's not a mark you see upon the skin. It's the quiet way the sadness settles in. Before you know it's there, a native tongue, stoic silence learned when you were young. Is in the quick withdrawal from a fight, the fear of being wrong, the need to be right, enough to justify your fragile space. It's in the sternness on your father's face you see now in your own. You swore you'd be so different, break the chain, but find you walking in the very same emotional landscape, bleak and gray. The family curse you carry every day. Oh, the inherited scar, it doesn't bleed, it aches. It's all the different forms a quiet heartbreak takes. It's handed down in glances, not in words, the saddest song a family's ever heard. word, I trace its shape, this phantom painful line, and see my father's pain now also mine, to understand, to hold, and to release, and finally to offer it some peace. It's in the way I struggle to be soft with my own son, so often up aloft, and separate, repeating the old wall, hearing my father's voice when I feel small. And in that moment see the wound's true source, not as a flaw, but as a chosen course for survival in a harder time. Now out of context, my inherited crime. The work's not to erase it, that's a lie. The work is just to let the wound breathe under the sky, to acknowledge its existence old and deep, and all the tender promises it keeps. Oh, the inherited scar, it doesn't bleed, it aches. It's all the different forms a quiet heartbreak takes. It's handed down in glances, not in words, the saddest song a family's ever heard. I trace its shape, this phantom painful line, and see my father's pain now also mine, to understand, to hold, and to release, and finally to offer it some peace. This scar is not my fault, but it's my task to be the one who finally has to ask, where did this come from? What were you afraid of then? And build a bridge to that lost, wounded man, to forgive him his own silence and his pride, and let this heavy lineage with me subside, not by erasure, but by bringing light to this old inherited and endless night. Oh, the inherited scar, I hold you in my hands, no longer just a part of the demands. I see my father's pain, I give it a new name, a testament to how we can reframe our legacy, not to forget the line, but to transmute its shadow into light, to understand, to hold, and to release, and in my son's eyes see its final peace, its final peace, its final peace. The chain is broken, not by force, but love. By love, by love, by love. Just one plate, one glass, one fork, one knife, the quietest celebration of a life. It's been so loud, so full of want and need. A different kind of blessing now to feed myself with stillness, with the falling dark. No grand performance, no expectant hark, just the soft sound of my own careful chew, the simplicity of something true. I'm not lonely, this is a chosen state, a
closing of a worn and heavy gate, on all the frantic hunger of the day, letting the noise and the demand just drift away. Oh, a simple supper, a ritual of one, beneath the gentle, unimpressionable sun. Last light, this bread, this soup, this bit of cheese is enough to perfectly and wholly please a soul that's learned to shed the vast desire, sit contented by its own small fire. I taste the salt, I feel the warmth within, a gratitude for where I have now been, and that I'm here in this uncluttered space, at my own pace and with a certain grace I earn by letting all the extras go, the constant need for more, the constant show. In this quiet I can finally hear the hum of my own heart so crystal clear, no longer shouting to be understood, just knowing that its being is as good as it will ever need to be right now. Oh, a simple supper, a ritual of one, beneath the gentle, unimpressionable suns. Last light, this bread, this soup, this bit of cheese is enough to perfectly and wholly please a soul that's learned to shed the vast desire, sit contented by its own small fire. This isn't settling, it's arriving at the destination after all the spat and fuss. The treasure wasn't in the find, but in the peace I left so far behind. In searching for it here in this plain meal is everything I need, and it is real. Oh, a simple supper, my most cherished right, in the surrendering, gentle fading light. This bread, this soup, this quiet grateful air is a more profound and truthful kind of prayer than any I have ever spoken loud. My soul is nourished in this simple shroud of peace, of peace. The plate is clean, the night is deep. Enough, enough. I don't light candles or I don't kneel to pray in any formal, documented way.
My chapel is the breath I'm breathing now, the acceptance on my brow. The weight of all the years, both light and deep, no longer promises I have to keep, but just a part of the great silent whole. I've gathered up the fragments of my role, the father, son, the worker, and the friend, and seen the artifice and seen the end of all the striving. Now there's just the is, a final quiet and profoundest bliss. Oh, the silent ritual, it has no name, it's just the ember, not the dying flame. It's in the integration of the ache, for every single choice I did not make, and every one I did, it's in the grace of finding my own unadorned face in the still water of a mind at rest, knowing I have done my level best. The morning cup, the watch, the unsent text, the lessons that the complex years have vexed from me are now all woven to a thread that runs from my awake to my asleep, my bed, a tapestry of what it means to be a man alone and yet entirely free, and entirely connected to the source. There is no need for any great remorse or wild celebration, just a deep and abiding promise that I'll keep, to be this man no more and never less, in silent, humble, glorious humanness. Oh, the silent ritual, it has no name, it's just the ember, not the dying flame. It's in the integration of the ache, for every single choice I did not make, and every one I did, it's in the grace of finding my own unadorned face in the still water of a mind at rest, knowing I have done my level best. This is the sacrament of the routine, the space between the notes, the unseen, but felt the love that needed no display, the strength that found its power in the gray areas of life. This is the holy ground where every silent ritual I've found converges into one singular quiet truth. I am this life in age and in my youth all at once, and it is enough. Oh, the silent ritual, my final breathing art, the beating of my own untroubled heart. It has integrated every single ache and made it part of me for my own sake. It is the grace of my own weathered face, at home at last in time and in this space. My mind is still, my soul is fully dressed, In the quiet knowledge I have done my best. I am